AITA for hiding my large net worth from my boyfriend of 8 years while he paid for everything? Throwaway account. Ike, 34F, was recently engaged to my boyfriend, 37M, of 8 years. We've been living together for quite some time, yet we've always kept our finances almost entirely separate. When it came to discussing being married, the idea of a prenup came up. It was then that I came clean about my financial status. My net worth is just barely 7 figures, yet he's been the one supporting the household. Background: we met months after I returned to my hometown. My father had unexpectedly died, and I'd left a lucrative engineering career, 6 figures, that had started fresh out of college. Before that career hit, I had been raised to be frugal as hell, and I suffered like crazy through college. No home internet, no phone, no car, working multiple part-time jobs while being a full-time student, etc. When money suddenly started coming in, my lifestyle didn't change that much. Being able to afford a dozen more food options and having a $500 car felt like moving up in the world. So when we met, I had 97 car, a crappy one-bedroom apartment, never went out to eat, including fast food, and was working a minimum wage job. I got the job for the sake of insurance, and I had wanted something extremely flexible in lieu of my father's death. So I imagine I came across as someone living paycheck to paycheck, when I really had quite a chunk of change in the bank. As our relationship progressed, we found we had very different styles of living. He liked going out, and I disputed this. We always split the bill down the middle, and I was getting cranky. These outings were his suggestions, and my date ideas were free/cheap. He said he'd pay for both us. Move forward, we moved in together, and I disputed. We didn't need to rent a large house. It was ultimately decided to get his choice, and I'd pay a smaller portion. Then my mother died. The savings of my frugal parents went to me. My boyfriend knew I didn't like spending money, and he knew I wasn't in debt. But he still thought his worth was higher, and he was still paying for most of the expenses. To clarify, he'd worked up to a 6-figure job, and I feel he should spend his income as he wants. He spends at will, retains little savings, but he's stayed debt-free. Fast forward, we're engaged, and I tell him how much money I have. He's initially excited at the prospect of being able to buy all these things. I'm scared. My finances will suddenly become our finances, and his spending ideas are not what I want. We discuss this, and now he's mad that he's been mostly supporting me for so long, unnecessarily. I point out that was the lifestyle he chose, and that he absolutely refused my suggestions. Still, I benefited. I say we can use my savings to buy a house, to have solid funds for future children, for earlier retirement, etc. He's growing more resentful. My net worth was a lie of omission. I never told him I couldn't afford things. AITA for keeping this hidden for so long.